Hello friends, today we are going to learn why and how to do carbon correction prior to XPS data analysis. So first of all, we are going to study why to do carbon correction. So basically in an XPS apparatus, we have one base on which we are putting our sample, and through a source we target X-rays on the sample. Some electrons come out from the cores of the elements. Electrons from different core levels have different kinetic energies. So we separate them, and using photoelectric formula we find out the binding energy. We plot the counts per second of electrons for each binding energy. So in this way we get this data. But one of the most important concept in this is that this sample should be grounded properly. But this grounding is not always proper. So sometimes there are some charges on the sample. In case they are positive charge, they attract these electrons which are going out of the sample and decrease their kinetic energies. So according to photoelectric equation, we observe a higher binding energy of these electrons. Similarly, in case when there are negative charges on the samples, so these electrons repel the electrons going out of the sample, and as we observe the higher kinetic energy of these electrons, we observe a comparatively lower binding energy. So in this way the complete data shifts either towards higher binding energy or towards lower binding energy. Just to correct this, we do carbon correction. So in the carbon correction, we take this data and then we target the peak of carbon, and from standard results we know that the maxima of this peak should be situated at 284.8 electron volt. So we just shift this data so that the carbon is situated at its proper position. In this way, we get the exact positions of peaks in our XPS data after carbon correction. So here we go with the step how to do carbon correction. So first of all, here we open our carbon correction file in which I have carbon 1s XPS data. So in this file, you will get that along x-axis I have binding energy, and along y-axis I have count per second. So if I plot this, I will get this. So this is my carbon data. In the first step, we are going to do baseline fitting for this. For this, go to analysis, peak and baseline, peak analyzer, and open dialog. And in this step, go to subtract baseline and then next, and instead of constant, start with user defined, and here 8 points are fine, and go find these points. After that, go to next. In this option, choose spline and then modify. So now we can modify this baseline. So I am putting all these points just below the data. So this seems somehow a smooth baseline, and now I do done. After that I go to next. So now I go to finish. So if I rescale this, I will get so the baseline of this data has been corrected. Now if I look at it at some height, so now I need the position of this peak. So to do so, we go to gadget and then quick fit, and then go to goes. And if I select this, a dialog box will open and you can increase its width up to what position you like. So here we will find that the position of our peak is 283.76. Ideally from literature it should be 284.8, but we are getting it approximately 283.8. So there is a difference of 1 electron volt. So we need to compensate it. So we want to shift this data forward by 1 electron volt. To do so, we will add 1 electron volt to our characteristic binding energy data. Similarly, in case if we want to shift this data backward, to do so, we will subtract the difference of existing and the ideal value from this characteristic binding energy. But now in present case we want to move forward towards higher binding energy, we will add the difference to this data. To do so, I will open my book. In this book I have this column characteristic binding energy. On this column I will right click and select this option set column values. So in this I will write it as column A. The value of column A should be column A plus 1 and I will press OK. So value 1 will be added to this column, and now if I select my data, so it has calculated the new peak position, which is 284.76. So in this way our data has been shifted. Similarly, we will do this practice for all the data obtained on this sample before its peak fitting or another analysis. This is our carbon correction. You can also use gold or platinum reference data instead of carbon in some cases. That is up to you or the demand of your experiment. In this way the carbon correction can be performed. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.